about being a Catholic religion country?
Well, Apo, that's an interesting question.
Please tell us a story, Lolo! Please! Sorry!
Okay. During the pre-colonial times,
The pre-Hispanic belief system of Filipinos consisted of a pantheon of gods, spirits, creatures, and man that guarded the streams, fields, trees, mountains, forest, mouses. But Allah, who created earth and man, was superior to those gods and spirits. The early Filipinos worshiped ancestral spirits called anitos or diwatas in Visayan. To these anitos, sacrifices called maganito were offered. They worship nature, rivers, mountains, old trees and fields, and the belief that such natural objects were the habitants of spirits.
Wow, Lolo, did that really happen?
yes, Apo, because I was there.
And then what happened next, Lolo?
Well,
In 1521, the Portuguese navigator and explorer Ferdinand Magellan, under the service of Spain, came across the Philippines while searching for the Spice Island. Ferdinand Magellan landed in Cebu Island in central Philippines. On March 31, 1521, the first Mass was held on the shore of Masao, Butuan, on Easter morning. It was said by Father Pedro de Valderrama. The Filipino king and their men attended the Mass along with Magellan and his men. At sunset of the same day, Magellan planted a huge wooden cross on the top of a hill overlooking the sea. The Filipino did not know what Magellan was doing. In fact, when he planted the cross, it was like planting a different flag on our land. Magellan claimed our country for the King of Spain. He called it the Archipelago of San Lazaro because he came here on the feast day at the sun. On April 14, 1521, King Humamon of Cebu and Magellan made the Blood Compact. Blood Compact was an ancient ritual in the Philippines intended to seal a friendship, a treaty, or to validate an agreement. The contracting parties would cut the wrist and pour their blood into a cup filled with liquid such as wine and drink the mixture. A mass was healed on the shore. Then Magellan placed a cross which still stands at Cebu City today. After the mass, the Cebuanos were invited to convert to Christianity, including humabon. Agreed to be baptized, they became the first Filipino Catholics.
And that's how we adopt Catholicism.
I didn't know their sign of friendship is true blood pampak. Yuck! It's so disgusting!
Not to mention, Magellan was an invader.
Yes, and the cross was planted here in the Philippines for Spain to claim.
That's an awesome history, Lolo. Then what happened next?
Catholicism was Spain's greatest legacy. Through Spain, we become Catholic. When the Catholic priests meet resistance from the older people in the community, they taught the children. In this way, they attracted more new believers because children are easy to teach new ways. They combine the teachings of religion with other skills like writing, reading, arithmetic, and music. Many Catholic priests during the Spanish era helped improve our lives. The Catholic families lived very religiously, feared God and the priest, and obeyed the laws of the land and the commandments of the Catholic Church.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Due to the good influence of Christianity, orphans and homeless children did not wander around. They were cared for in special orphanages. An orphanage is a residential institution devoted to the care of orphans, children whose biological parents are deceased or otherwise unable or unwilling to take care of them. The introduction by Spain of the Latin alphabet and Spanish language made our people closer to the Western world. Some Filipinos learned Spanish, especially those who came from the upper classes and attended formal schooling. Spain introduced Western-style education in the Philippines. This was formal schooling in different levels: elementary, secondary, and college. The Spaniards used these schools to spread the Catholic religion and Spanish culture. Thus, apart from learning how to read, write, and count, a Filipino youth was taught the Catholic doctrines and prayers, Spanish history, and languages.
Buenos días, ¿cómo estás, Miss? Dios te bendiga. Hola, mi presencia. Hola. Estudiantes, ¿cómo atiendan si? Alonso?
Sí.
Fernandez? ¿Cómo es? ¿De Jesús?
Sí.
Gracias, estudiante, hacia papá.
Sa Miskia, Diego Rato, Mirandante,
De lingua española, Itagala. Mesa.
Mesa.
Celia.
Celia.
Oras.
Oras.
Campana.
Campana.
Nene.
Silla. Mesa.
Mesa. Bravo di perfectong estudyante.
The fiestas and religious occasions. Spain introduced the religious festivals in the Philippines. Filipino love fiestas. Fiesta is a special time with friends, a time for fellowship and food, a lot of activities. Fiesta is Spanish origin. Spain, being a Roman Catholic country, set aside certain days to remember particular saints, with processions, celebration, and religious occasions.
Hey bro, what happened? Are you dreaming? Are you dreaming? Yeah, I cannot sleep.
Come on, get up. We still have an exam in history.
Really? What's the coverage? All down chapter 9 or Spanish heritage. So, come on. Let's go.
Go, Julie! Go,
I'm gonna ask something about Lolo. Alice.
That's an interesting question.
Please tell us a story, Lolo! Story!
Okay.
Ayaw! Kamu naman ang okay.
Yes, Apo. Yes, Apo. Cause I was there.
I didn't know their sign of friendship. I didn't know their sign of friendship is true blood compact. Ew, yuck, it sounds disgusting. I didn't know their sign of friendship is true blood compact. Ew, yuck. Yes, and the grass was planted here in the Philippines the first time. Yes, and the and the cross the enemy land.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
Hindi siya maklaro. Gawas siya. Gawas siya.
Okay, isa. Stop na. Pause na po.
Uy, nag-video na ba ako?